So let's now pass on to the second teaching strategy to articulate input and output in interaction in class. Elicitation techniques. Now, among the many ways in which teachers help students produce the language, elicitation techniques seem to be crucial. What is an elicitation technique? It is the manipulation of interaction through questions, repetition, gestures, false statements, chaining, and personalization. That is, the ways in which teachers manipulate, are in control of the interaction, and they generate processes of negotiation of meaning by which students produce the language that we expect them to produce. Now note the list. Let us go deeper into each of the elicitation techniques that we have mentioned. Let me start by the most frequent and most common elicitation technique, which is the use of questions. But it's not just any question, it's the use of WH questions. With WH questions, you elicit chunks of language because you are eliciting information. WH questions are transactional in their nature and require students to produce the language that you expect. Now, another type of question that is often used is OR questions. In this case, an OR question will both expose the student to the language that you want to elicit, as well as request for the information. Imagine a situation in which you want the student to say, "I like potatoes." So you ask, "Do you like apples or potatoes?" And students are likely to say potatoes, and you then elicit, "I like potatoes," right? With some other technique. But notice that in an OR question, there is exposure that is given by you. Very often, students will take up the language and will use it to respond to that question. When we talk about repetition, in fact, we are talking about repeating with a different intonation pattern, that is, acting out. This is often done so as to generate different senses with language. So let me give you the example of "I like potatoes." I like potatoes. I like potatoes? You like potatoes? I like potatoes. Note that I'm repeating, but I'm acting out, and I'm conveying different meanings. So this is in fact not repetition, but imitation. Every time children do this, they will add new meanings to what they are saying. So, in consequence, this is imitation and not repetition. When we talk about gestures, we are referring to something similar. That is, through gestures, we can help students produce more language, and these gestures are often accompanied by long pauses and silences from the teacher that generate an awareness in students that they have to produce the language chunk that they are requested. Note that something similar happens with chaining. Through chaining, back and front, the teacher makes a silence at the beginning or end of the chunk of language requested, so as to make the students realize that that is a blank that they need to fill with language. In the case of false statements, what we find is that teachers produce a statement that is incorrect, and students will immediately try and correct what is wrong, and by doing so, they will produce the same bit of language correcting the information. Finally, personalization refers to using language in order to elicit information from the student. So in the example, I like potatoes, an instance of personalization would be, and what about you? Tell me about you. I like potatoes, and you? Okay, so in that particular case, the student will have to provide the language, applying it to himself. In that particular case, what we note is that there's language which is used for personal communicative meanings. Let us now watch an extract of a class and let us see in what ways the teacher articulates these different techniques. Does she use all of them? Which one does she rely more on? Is there any that she neglects?
Hello everybody! Hello! Today I've got an animal in my bag. What is it? What do you think it is? It's small, it's an insect, it's green. When it grows up, it's a butterfly. What is it? Try to guess. Yes, Catalina?
Caterpillar.
A caterpillar, you're right. Look. Oh, this is his tail. Hello.
Hello.
I'm a caterpillar. Say hello to your caterpillar.
Hello.
I've got a caterpillar because I'm going to read you a story about a very hungry caterpillar. Would you like to listen to the story? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, let's start. The Very Hungry Caterpillar by Eric Carr. What's this?
Sun.
The sun is shining. The sun?
Moon.
No, it's a moon. Is it day or night?
Night.
It's night. The moon is shining. On a... What's this?
Leaf.
On a leaf, there is a little egg. A very little white egg. It's Sunday. The little egg breaks. Oh! And out of the egg comes a little caterpillar. A very little nice caterpillar. Hello. The caterpillar is hungry, very hungry. Oh, I'm hungry. Oh, I want food. Oh, disgusting. I don't like it. I want food. I'm hungry. What does he like, do you think? What does he eat? Giovanni, what does he eat?
Herbivore.
Sorry?
Herbivore.
He's an herbivore, yes. And Laura, what does he eat? Does he like chocolate?
No.
No. Gaia?
Fruit.
Fruit and plants and leaves. Okay, Gaia?
Seed.
Seeds. Seeds. Maybe, I don't know. Yes, he's an herbivore. Okay, so on Sunday morning, the caterpillar starts to look for some food. Okay? On Monday, the caterpillar eats one
Apple.
an apple.
Delicious. I like apples.
Do you like apples?
Yes.
Yes, so does the caterpillar. But, oh, I'm still hungry. Okay, caterpillar, you had one apple, go look for some food. Okay. So the caterpillar goes on the day after Monday, Tuesday, the caterpillar eats two pears. Delicious! I like pears. Do you like pears? Yes, so does the caterpillar. Oh, I'm still hungry. caterpillar, you had 1 apple,
2 pears, 3 plants, 4 strawberries.
Now stop, you're going to burst. I'm still hungry. Oh, poor caterpillar. Okay, go, look for some food. On Friday, the caterpillar eats 1, 2, 3, 4,
5 oranges.
Delicious! I like oranges. Very good. But today, on Saturday, do you want to see what the caterpillar eats? Yes or no? Yes? Yes or no?
Yes.
Ah! Oh no! Look! 1 piece of chocolate cake, 1 ice cream cone, 1 pickle, 1 slice of cheese, 1 slice of salami, 1 lollipop, 1 slice of cherry pie, 1 sausage, 1 cupcake, and 1 slice of watermelon. At night, he has a stomach ache. Oh, Joe. Ah! I've got a stomach ache. Well, caterpillar, you had
1 apple, 2 pears, 3 plants, 4 strawberries, 5 oranges.
1 piece of chocolate cake, 1 ice cream cone, 1 pickle, 1 slice of cheese, 1 slice of salami, 1 lollipop, 1 slice of cherry pie, 1 sausage, 1 cupcake, 1 slice of watermelon. Okay, now you've got a stomach ache. Oh, poor caterpillar. It's Sunday again. The caterpillar eats 1 green leaf. Delicious! I like leaves. And now I'm better, much better. Can you ask the caterpillar, how are you?
How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. Leaves are healthy, very good for your health, for your body. Is the caterpillar now small?
No.
Is big? Is the caterpillar thin?
No.
Is
Fat.
very fat. Look, the caterpillar is big and fat. The caterpillar builds a house around himself called a cocoon. He stays in the cocoon for more than 2 weeks. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Caterpillar starts to nibble a hole in the cocoon. A hole?